everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Ace. I am a low-income 25-year-old living on the East Coast of the United States, working in nonprofit administration, and this is Ace of Coins. So today we're doing a regular cash stuffing video. It's been a little while since I've done a cash stuffing video, actually since last year, so happy belated new year. I said so in my last video, but today we'll be doing my second January paycheck. I did I think my final December paycheck and my first January paycheck just kind of off of YouTube, because a lot of changes have been happening. As you might notice, I don't have my money bowl here and I don't have my raccoon spirit here with me today because I've been packing for the big move down to Texas. So if you've been watching for a little while, you'll know that I and my boyfriend will be moving down to Texas for a financial opportunity and a career opportunity, and to just kind of have a new beginning for the both of us. With that in mind, let's do a quick card pull. I haven't done this in a while, so it feels kind of weird, but let's do a quick card pull before we get into my cash stuffing. Ooh, so we've got two today. Let's see which one jumped out first. I feel like, well, we can read both. Sometimes multiple will jump out, so let's see if we can read both and see what comes of it. So the first one that I saw was the sloth. Consider the smallness of your needs and treasure what you possess. And then the bison card says, recognize the riches of the past and the abundance of the present. Even without reading the Oracle guidebook, I feel like this pull is telling me to really not worry so much about what I currently possess. As I'm packing, I'm realizing just how much stuff that I have. My boyfriend and I are really debating on whether or not I should take certain hobby items. I have a lot of hobbies. My hobby is hobbies. So I have a sewing machine, I have bookmaking items, I have paper making items, I have fabrics for my sewing machine and for making book covers and stuff like that. But there's so much, and in comparison, my boyfriend has very, very little. So I don't know if the right decision would be to leave some things behind. Ultimately, I feel like these cards are telling me that in reality, I don't have many needs. I have my basic needs of shelter, needing food, needing water, needing rest, and needing to work to make money in order to survive in our current, capitalist society. But those are really my only needs that I have, and the rest of them are wants. So I should treasure what I possess and not feel the need to get rid of them. Recognize the riches of the past and the abundance of the present. So all throughout this time, I've accumulated the things that I care about and that have value to me, and they allow me to do the things that I enjoy, whether it's making books or sewing or any sort of crafty thing. So I guess what these cards are telling me is that I shouldn't let go of the things that I love just because they aren't needs. I think that's what these are telling me. So if you have any thoughts on the sloth card or the bison card, let me know in the comments down below, and let's get into the cash stuffing. First things first, as always, we will be working on removing my $1 bills that are in my wallet and putting them in the little holder for the $1 bill challenge. So we're starting off with groceries. We don't have anything in there because I spent it all. Hygiene, I don't think we have any ones in there. Nice dates, no ones in there. Eating out, I've been eating out a little bit more frequently recently just to spend time with friends and family before we leave for Texas, so there's nothing in there. And I don't believe shopping, nope, shopping does not have anything either. We do have some loose change. So let's grab the coin jar and the rest of the change that came with my withdrawal, and we'll add those into the jar. So here's the jar. Here are all the coins, and in they go. I've been using the quarters in this jar for the coin laundry that's in the basement of our apartment, but once we move, I won't need to use the coins for coin laundry anymore, and then I can just count them and exchange them for bills and then allocate that toward whatever funds that I want. So that's really exciting, and I won't have to lug my laundry all the way down to the basement anymore because we are going to have an in-unit laundry. I'm super excited. All right, you may notice that there is another folder or envelope in here, which is to the bank. This is where I pull out cash from either these envelopes in my wallet or from my other binders in order to take back to the bank to pay off my credit card bill before my actual statement comes due. So this is just being held in here. I do have to go to the bank in order to put this in the bank account and then pay off. Is this open? No, I don't think it is. And pay off my credit card. So that's why this is in here. But let's jump into the cash stuffing. For groceries, we'll be adding $50 as per usual. I do need to go to the grocery store because we haven't had a grocery shopping trip in the last 2 to 3 weeks because my dad usually does the grocery shopping, but he waits until our rent check cashes before he goes grocery shopping. I have no idea why he does this, but we don't have much food in the fridge right now. We have some in the freezer, but we don't have much. So I think I'm going to use this today to go shopping and get some groceries for dinner. Hygiene will be getting $5 as per usual. Let's see. How much do we have in here actually? We have $20 in hygiene. That's exciting. Let's pull out Nice Dates. Ooh, we got some money in here. Nice Dates will be getting $15 today. So Nice Dates now has $20, $30, $45, $50 in Nice Dates. I did pull some money out of Nice Dates recently because my boyfriend and I finally went bowling with our friend who was also his roommate. We've been saying for like 4 years that we were gonna go bowling together, but we never did until just recently because of the event of us moving. So I'm glad we finally got to do that. Eating out will be getting $10. I do need to curb my eating out money again, but that's okay. I do allocate a little bit less to eating out compared to most of my other categories, so it's not such a bad thing that I'm eating out once every 2 weeks, but I really should curb that again as well. Shopping will be getting $20. Do I want to put this in the rollover? No, that's okay. We'll wait until it gets over 50. So shopping now has $40. And that is it for my wallet. Let's move on to high priority. All right, here we go. Let's get started with emergency fund. We will be putting $50 toward emergency fund like we have been. It was so nice to be able to count all of those 50s and then they added up to a whopping $5,500. So now we have $5,500, $550, $600, $5,600 in emergency fund. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Roth IRA will be getting $20 today. I need to get back in the swing of speaking while I'm counting because I've had such a long break. I'm not used to it anymore, so it feels a little weird. But Roth IRA now has $20, $40, $55. I did take a lot of the Roth IRA money, which I believe it was $200 that I put into the bank, and I just invested it into my investment account. So it's now in with the S&P 500, I believe, but we do have that money still in here for the next time we condense or do a big condensing, and then I can put this into my investment account as well. Medical and dental will be getting $50. Now medical and dental has 100, 200, 300 in the bank, 350, 420. 420 in medical and dental. I think I'm going to be introducing some little inserts into my envelopes for meeting goals and just having a little bit of fun with it. I want to print out little sheets like I've seen other creators do that have little coloring images on it, and just color in images as I put money into the envelope, so I have kind of a visual representation of my progress toward that goal. And I think it would just be kind of fun to do as well. So I'm gonna look into doing that in my low priority, not necessarily my high priority. I just want to keep it compounding, but in my low priority, I think I'm gonna work toward buying certain specific items because we will be needing those in our new apartment. So just kind of thinking out loud about that. I don't know how that came to mind. Subscriptions won't be getting anything. We do have a 20 in there. Business, let's see, business. We've got a couple bills in here. Business business won't be getting anything today, but we can count it. Business has $50, $70, $85, $86. That hasn't changed since my last video. Home, let me take this receipt out. We did go to IKEA. We do a family IKEA trip every year with my grandmother, my gran, my dad, and my sister and I. But my gran unfortunately had a medical appointment at the last minute and she couldn't attend. So we missed her the other day when we went, but it was still a really fun time. And I bought a couple things for our kitchen for the new apartment in Texas. And I got a little candle for myself too. So that was really fun. So home, although we spent some money, we'll be getting $50 today. So we'll kind of be replenishing that. And home now has 500, 600 in the bank, 650, 61, 2, 3. 663 in home. That's really added up. I remember when I first breached the 400 and now there's an extra $200 in there too. That is really exciting. And I've already been searching Pinterest for inspiration for the different rooms that we're gonna have. We're gonna have 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a kitchen, a living room area that is also kind of connected to the kitchen because it's a more open floor plan, and also we're gonna have quite a long balcony. So I'm already trying to come up with ideas of what to do with it. So I'm gonna need all the money that I can get in here, because if I want these to be for necessities as well, I'm gonna need a little bit extra padding in here if I want to do some decor. Wedding will be getting $25 today. And I think we've been doing 25 pretty consistently recently. So wedding now has 100, 200, 300, 400 in the bank. 450, 470, 495, 500. $500 in wedding. Yay! That's so exciting. But I can't condense this yet. I'm gonna wait until the next condensing video to do that. But our high priority is complete. Let's move on to low priority. So for a car update, I gave a car update in my last kind of ASMR video. My boyfriend was able to put the engine back together. It was able to start, albeit only for a few seconds, but he's going to be working on it more this week, and he should be done before the end of this week. And if the car runs properly, we'll be able to drive that car down as well as a moving truck and then tow maybe his car. He was planning on selling it, but I would rather he didn't because he really does enjoy that car. So auto, we're gonna keep bulking this up just in case with $50. And now auto has 100 in the bank, 150, 200, 210. So 210 in auto. Save up won't be getting anything because I decided not to roll it over, but let's see what we got in here. $70 in save up. Computer, I don't know if I will be putting it, let me check. No, I will be putting something toward computer. So computer will be getting $20 this week. And that's the last 20. So computer now has 100 in the bank, 150, 170, 190, 195. So almost 200. And like I said in my previous video, this is barely, like, this isn't even enough to cover the cost of the case for the computer that I want to build. The case is quite small, but it's very sleek and there's a lot of airflow in it. And I don't remember the price of the case, but it is expensive. So this $200 might not even be able to cover that. So I'm gonna have to save up for a long time for building a computer because RAM itself is crazy expensive. I might just reinvest this into another laptop or maybe a different phone because they are old, and I think I mentioned this in my previous video, but I'm still thinking about what to do with this money. My love will be getting $10, and as you can see, this envelope is very, very empty. And the reason why is because I purchased his birthday gifts already. I used all of the money from his envelope, and I used a good portion of the money from the gifts envelope in my holiday binder because he had picked out some things that he really liked and wanted to add to his wardrobe. We've been experimenting with his wardrobe. He's not the most fashionable person. His fashion sense is t-shirts, sweatshirts, basketball shorts, and sweatpants. So he asked me for help with kind of expanding his style preferences, and a couple of the things that he picked were some accessories and a pair of shoes that were from a brand name company, and they were a little expensive, but I definitely think it's worth it because he doesn't really tell me the things that he wants very often, but the fact that he told me that he was interested in having these items, I really wanted to get that for him for his birthday. And I won't say, just in case he sees this, I don't know if he knows the name of my channel yet because it's fairly new, but I don't want to spoil it if he does see it. So my love now has $10. Sister will be getting $10 as well, and she definitely has a little bit more in her fund compared to his now, which it was the opposite beforehand. So sister now has 50, 100, 120, 30, 140. Still not sure what I want to do with my sister before we go down to Texas, but we're definitely going to be figuring that out soon because we're really coming up on the wire here. I think we have 3.5 to 4 weeks until we leave, and I am just starting to really get everything packed away. My walls are bare, my posters are down, I put mirrors away, and my clock is still up, but I just need to tell the time. I don't want to keep looking at my phone all the time. But most of my stuff is all in boxes lined up in a row on my wall from my bedroom through to the kitchen, which is not the most, I think, common floor plan. My room was originally supposed to be the living room, but we just kind of adapted it to be my room since we are 3 adults living in a 3-room apartment, not including the kitchen. So yeah, there's just a lot of boxes lined up everywhere. Entertainment, I will be putting $5 to entertainment today. All right. So now entertainment has $25. Miscellaneous will be getting $5 as well, as per usual. So now miscellaneous has $20, $40, $5. These bills are kind of ratty today. I'm starting to get very picky about how crisp my bills are. Buffer fund will also be getting $5 as per usual, and we finally broke the 100 mark on here. So there is 100 in the bank. So we have 120, 35 in buffer fund. I originally thought I had more money in my account to act as a buffer fund just for my checking account. But since I said that, I believe in my last video, something changed. So now all of the numbers are precise. So this is the only buffer fund I have currently. So this is $135 of buffer fund that I haven't had to use yet, which is really awesome. So I would like to keep it that way. $1 bill challenge, we're starting over. If you watched my previous video, you would have seen that we emptied it out, counted it, and redistributed it through all of my envelopes, which I believe actually all of the money from the $1 bill challenge went directly into my home envelope to help pay for all of my necessities, or if we decide to get furniture or something like that. So today we are restarting the $1 bill challenge. We have $2 going into this envelope, and we're gonna let that sit probably for a good couple months before we can empty it out again and count and redistribute it. So that's all for my low priority. Let's move on to my holiday binder. Right, here we go. Vacation, as per usual, you won't be adding anything because we're maxed out at $550. My sister was surprised when I told her that I was maxed out at $550. There technically isn't a max, but I do think that it's good to stop here kind of while I'm ahead so that I can put more money toward other funds that I want to build up. So we've got $550 in vacation. Christmas, we still have some money for Christmas, I think. Let me check. Okay, so I checked and we have $50 in the bank. So I think I'm just going to, what am I gonna do here? I think I will put a $50 placeholder. I didn't make any of those, but I do have some scrap paper here. And I will just put on this piece of scrap paper, oops, $50, just to have a placeholder, because I just want to maintain a very clear and accurate picture of what I have available. So let's put these 100s to the side and we'll add this $50 placeholder, which is just a scrap of paper. The reason why I only have $50 in my account now is because I went ahead and I PayPal'd my boyfriend $150 to help pay for our friend's Christmas gift, which was a Nintendo Switch. So that's why that is depleted. So today we will be adding $50 as we have been doing. And now we have $50 in the bank, $50 here, so that's $100, and $5, so that's $105. We will be doing the go-kart event with my dad and my uncle this coming weekend, so that's exciting and something to look forward to. I'm gonna have to text their group chat to make sure that we're all set for the weekend, and then we can all go and have some fun. Halloween won't be getting anything yet. I think after we've moved and settled in, maybe I'll start filling this up. But Halloween was usually reserved for my friends and I just to have little parties. So we'll see if we want to put anything toward this year. My birthday will be getting $5 as usual. And we now have 100 in the bank, 150, 5, 160 in my birthday. I was kind of curious since I didn't remember, but I guess I was right. Gifts is fully depleted because of my boyfriend's birthday. So let's add a $5 bill into gifts. And party planning, we're not adding anything in here, but see, we have $25 in party planning for whatever party I decide I want to throw in Texas. I don't know. We weren't gonna know anybody there, but at least I will be a little bit prepared. Surprise! There is some extra money that I found on my desk and I know why it's here. So this $50 bill I got as Christmas money when we did a belated Christmas get together with my gran. And then these 20s are from my sister because I sold her one of my TVs. I had a small TV. It was like 32 inches, and I have a larger TV that I still own, which is 40 inches. So she's been using that as her computer monitor, and I was happy to let her have it. And that's one less thing that we have to take to Texas with us. So she paid me for that. I believe it was $80 that she gave me, and I think she might have given me an extra 20 for something else. I can't remember what that was from, but we do have this extra money, so let's put this into my binders. Starting off with high priority again, I'm going to jump all the way back to, let's see, home, of course, and I'm going to add $60 into home. Let's grab that. Right, here we go. So that's quite a bit of money that we just added in there. Home now has 500, 600 in the bank, 650, 70, 90, 710, 720, 721, 2, 3. $723 in home. That's a big jump. So I'm glad that we have this magic money here and we're able to bulk that up a little bit more. Now let's jump to my low priority for the next bunch. Okay. Then we're going to be flipping back to my love. And we're going to be adding these two 20s. So $40 we'll be adding. So now my love has $20, $40, $50. So bulking this back up quickly, just in case we want to go out for a birthday dinner and I want to spoil him a little bit for his birthday. This is going to be his 24th birthday. Oh my goodness, he's going to be 24 this year. I completely forgot. But we now have $50 in my love. And now for the final 50, let's jump down to my holiday binder. And I'm sure you know where this is going, but this 50 is going into Christmas, and we now have 50, 155. 155 in Christmas, which should help us cover go-karting this coming weekend. Alright guys, that's it for today's cash stuffing. Thank you so much for coming and staying and watching up until this point. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell button so that you never miss when I upload a new video. You may have noticed, and I forgot to mention it, but you may have noticed I'm missing my thumbnails because when I was packing, I accidentally cracked my thumbnail on this side, and then on this side, when I went bowling, the bowling ball took my nail off, but at least it's symmetrical. So this is what my nails are looking like today. But with that being said, thank you guys again so much for watching. The next video will most likely be a cash stuffing video again in February for the first paycheck, and then I may or may not take a short break from making videos again because we will be getting settled into our new apartment, and I am still looking for a job, almost at 300 applications now. So cross your fingers for me, wish me luck. I am super grateful for everybody who's cheering me on, and I really hope that I can find a good position sometime soon. And then once I get income coming along, then I can start doing more cash stuffing videos for you guys. So looking forward to that. I hope to see you guys in the next one, and I'm super excited for the opportunities that are coming my way and coming your way as well. Thank you guys.